What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 6s to look at. Air Jordan 6 Retro and that Georgetown colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you do dig the content, do me a favor and hit that like button, and share. These reviews that we do on this channel are strictly, for review purposes. This particular pair I was able to pick up on retail on the Sneakers app. For some reason, it took forever to get like these pair. Actually about like 2-3 weeks. I know just going online and just engaging with other sneaker heads. Like, it seemed like a lot of people who did hit on this shoe. It does seem like, it did take them a while. There was a delay where I don't know if it was like a shortage of pairs and they had to, I don't know what was going on, but nevertheless, I finally was able to pick up mine. So before, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the review. So the biggest thing about me for this shoe, I do like the box. First time I did see that, this isn't the first time that I did see, this particular design on an Air Jordan box. On my Union Air Jordan 1s, they typically have like the same, box as well. I'll be reviewing those, later on this channel. But the colorway on the box does read, what is it? Where is it at? Magnet and then College Navy. Don't know what that's about, but at the end of the day, this is like, that Georgetown colorway. So without further ado, I'm just go ahead and get into the review. Now, when you open the box, they did double wrap this. You do have this, it's like this black tissue paper. Then up under, you got like, your regular white tissue paper. Put a lot of paper, wasted a lot of paper on these particular shoes. But, in my opinion, we did get a few good pairs of Air Jordan 6s this year. The red Oreos, the midnight navy, those were pretty good too. But as far as comparing them to, this pair here, I would say these, would, be like the first, well, number one in my opinion as far as releases of Air Jordan 6s this year. The thing that got me the most about this particular shoe was actually the material. Like, they got some good suede on this shoe. This is transitional. I don't know if you guys can really see it in the camera or not, but I'll try to get it as close as I can, in a B-roll. But pretty much like you're saying, build out as any other Air Jordan 6. Now, the thing that I don't really like about Air Jordan 6s is, first and foremost, it's a dope design. I love Air Jordan 6s, you know what I mean? I just feel like the thing that gets me, even on this shoe here, what's gonna happen is your bottom. By being a dead stock pair, of course, you see it's that icy blue, it got the gray and then the navy. It looks amazing. But over time, this portion here is going to start to oxidize and it's going to start to yellow. It's going to ruin the whole shoe. So whenever I get Air Jordan 6s, I definitely try to, wear them as much as I possibly can, just to get as much wear as I possibly can out of them, because it doesn't matter how, clean you try to keep them. You can wipe them off after every use. Try to store them in a nice cool room. It's going to oxidize regardless. So, I don't know, at some point I feel the Jordan brand needs to do something to, change that. Maybe give us a different material or something like that, another rubber material, because at the end of the day, I hate the way that it oxidizes, and they're making a lot of money off of these sneakers, and I feel for what we're, spending on these shoes, we should be able to get more wear out of these shoes. But nevertheless, not gonna talk y'all to death, but this is the lateral side of the shoe. So you do have your navy hits at the bottom along the midsole. Then of course your mid portion here on the upper. You do have more of this suede. The suede is throughout the whole shoe. Excellent suede. Like I said, in my opinion, these are the best Air Jordan 6s that are released this year. It's just quality suede. You can just tell, and it's all gray, perforated throughout the shoe. Going toward like, like the front of the shoe, like I said, you do have like the suede, gray, flat gray shoelaces. You have the Air Jordan, Jumpman on this little shroud or whatever you want to call this little portion here in the front of the sneaker. With the Air Jordan, like, it's embossed in that navy color. Then, you do have your lace locks that are like in that navy color, and it does have like the gray Air Jordan Jumpman. On the back of it is just plain. Like I know sometimes, like on most Jordan 6 releases, when they have like the lace locks, it'll have like the Nike branding on, the back of the lace lock. This particular one doesn't. On the tongue of the shoe, you do have that retro Air Jordan logo, and I know we used to see these on a lot of the Air Jordan 6s, Air Jordan 8s. I believe like the Air Jordan 5s too. Like those had these on here as well too. They had like this retro Air Jordan logo. Then you do have like, the cutouts throughout the tongue and everything like that too. So pretty much what you would expect from like any other Air Jordan 6. On the medial side, you have more of that, gray suede that we had talked about. Along the midsole, it is like, more of that gray and then navy on the midsole. And then, of course, like I said, like at the bottom, you do have that icy blue. And it looks good right now, but over time, like that is going to yellow and it's going to ruin the whole shoe. Around the ankle collar, like, it is like, some quality mesh that they do have in here. And it's, consistent with the same gray that's on the outside. I don't know if you guys can see it, but going into the inside of the shoe on the insole there, it's like that navy blue, and then it has like that gray Jumpman on the inside. Going toward the back of the shoe, so they didn't go with the Nike Air logo. They actually went ahead and went with that Jumpman, and then they put the Air at the bottom. And then like, there's more of that gray that's like, along the midsole throughout the shoe. So that's the right side. Same thing here on the left sneaker. Pretty much the same as what you would, like I said, see on like the other shoe. So that's the lateral side. There's the front. There's the medium. Now on the back, this foil, like this is supposed to resemble a spoiler from like Air Jordan, like Mike's Ferrari, like when they actually designed this shoe. Just to give you guys a little bit of history, it's supposed to resemble a Ferrari spoiler. So of course, like you have like that in gray, and then like there's this little hint of blue along like the hem here. So like just to complement the rest of the shoe. But for the most part, like I felt like this is a pretty, good Air Jordan release this year. I'm glad that I was able to hit retail on them through the Sneakers app. Thank you, Sneakers, for finally coming through. Because y'all know how that is. Because at the end of the day, these did retail for $200, and like right now, I believe they are kind of on the high side. Like in my size, like they're actually going for about $450 for these particular shoes. So at the end of the day, I'm just glad that I was able to get them. I mean, it took a while to get here to me, but it just is what it is. But for the most part, I pretty much think that I said everything about this shoe. Like this is a retail pair. Like, I know I do review both retail and UA sneakers. Some of the UAs that are out there, they do, kind of look, exactly like this as far as like the quality of the materials and everything are consistent. But if you guys have any questions about the shoe, or if I missed anything, like definitely feel free to reach out to me. But let me go ahead and give you guys a 360, and then we're going to get up on out of here. So there's your front of the shoe. There's the lateral side of the right, lateral side of the left. There's your bottom. There's the heel. And then there's the medial side of the shoe. So yeah, man, this was a quick one, man, in and out. But yeah, man, great colorway. I do like when they do come out with like, those college colorway, just to kind of, cause you can match this with like pretty much like anything that's like Georgetown, anything blue or gray, like even like the white shirt that I got on. Like this is not a hard shoe to, pass off. So I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't really feel like, it's hard to find anything to match with these. It's just that, like I said, at the end of the day, that bottom of the shoe, it will start to oxidize. So if you spending your money on something, like me personally, like I buy my shoes and I'll wear my sneakers. So I feel like this is something that you can get off as long as you get a couple, shirts and, hoodies or whatever to go along with it. You will be able to, get your wares out on this one. But at the end of the day, like I said, don't just make it a situation where you just sit in this one around, because at the end of the day, that, bottom will start to oxidize on you. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can always leave a comment on this channel. Also, feel free to reach out to me on all of my social network channels, everything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything is at The King of Soul. But at the end of the day, like I said, we do these reviews on this channel just to, highlight similarities and just let you guys know that you do have options. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get y'all the B-roll, and then we're going to get it on foot, and then we out of here. See you next time.